Imagine a row of standing dominoes stretching across the globe. The first domino sits in the volatile waters of the Middle East. The last domino rests inside factories and the vehicles of everyday citizens right here in Asia. And let me take you back to the midnight hours of February 28, 2026. Following sudden US and Israeli airstrikes on Iranian infrastructure, the dominoes began to fall. In retaliation, Tehran slammed shut the Strait of Hormuz, the fragile 20-mile wide strait which 1/5 of the planet's oil breathes. Overnight, 20 million barrels of daily crude were choked out of circulation. Follow that shockwave across the ocean to Asia. Imagine a manufacturing plant manager standing on a silent factory floor, watching machinery grind to a halt because fuel reserves have bled dry. Outside, skyrocketing crude prices turn ordinary grocery bills into symbols of runaway inflation, plunging entire societies into sudden economic recession. This crisis is the breaking point of a deep-seated geopolitical hostility. The sudden escalation of the 12-day war in 2025, again between US and Iran, proved that military forces cannot protect an external supply chain. Here, the fundamental mistake was tying Asia's economic heart directly to a high-risk transit route permanently caught in the crossfire. So, to stop the dominoes from falling, we must remove them from the board entirely. Countries must aggressively transition their entire energy architecture to localized solar, wind, and hydrogen infrastructures. My framework treats these domestic renewables not merely as standard climate policies, but as hardline, unshakable national security shields. The economic reality is completely undeniable. Generating our own electricity from clean, local alternatives is now 3 to 4 times cheaper than importing highly volatile fossil gases. By pouring our focus into tapping these self-sustaining domestic power sources, we insulate our economy from foreign geopolitical shocks. We replace a vulnerable lifeline with an independent, locally generated green shield, ensuring that our future remains securely in our hands. As a result, when we tie economic development directly to these local green shields, a crisis in the Middle East no longer translates to blackouts in our own cities or lines at our petrol stations. We turn isolated import-dependent nations into a unified, resilient energy collective. So, we will never be able to control where the next global war breaks out, but by decoupling our development from high-risk transit routes and building self-sustaining domestic power architectures, we can ensure that when the next foreign domino falls, Asia remains unshakable. Thank you.